Salutations, denizens of the internet. I'm Firebite27, and today we have the first episode of what hopefully will become another recurring series on this channel. What I am calling 3D Printing Showcase, where I basically take a chance to show you guys what I've designed in Blender to be 3D printed. And today I basically decided that I'm going to start 3D printing out fan fiction because, wait for it, I have designed something. Nope, whoops, that is not how that's supposed to look. I have designed a furnace for Solus Prime. Yeah, a bit too bright in here, honestly. Is this great? The white balance is off with this. But anyways, we have here a special 3D printed furnace for Solus Prime. Don't call her Stolus Prime, Ryan. You don't want people to think you're that kind of a weirdo. But I'm going to basically remove all the plastic support structure that's inside of the furnace and on the side of it. And then I'm going to maybe show off a few of my future plans for 3D prints. I don't know. Or I'm really just winging it with this stream. I came up with something that's really cool that I wanted to share with all of you. This is what will be known from now on, at least to me, as Solus Prime's furnace, the Hearth of Iacon. And I want you all to come with me and witness its glory for yourself. So let's start taking off the plastic supports. I've already removed a few of them, but I want to leave the majority of them on so I'd actually have something to do on this stream. Happy Pride Month, by the way, to anyone who, I guess celebrating isn't the right term. But, yeah. There we go. Yeah, this print almost ended in disaster because it is so large that it's a complete filament hog. So basically, I started printing this on last Friday when I was here at the church, and when I arrived on Sunday to help out with the church service, I came in here to check on how the print was doing since it took over 3 days to finish. And, well, then I saw that the spool of 3D printer filament had almost run out. That's why you can see that there's a noticeable shift in the color, like 2/3 of the way through. I had to switch out from gray to another color filament to finish. There we go. Almost done with this side. Just gonna strip off a little bit of this. I'd love to like sand it down better, but I've only got like this long metal file that my Dale keeps with him here. Let's see here. Who do we have in the chat so far? Welcome, by the way. Welcome to the chat. I hope you can all hear me. Because if not, we have some serious problems. See your audio. No, I don't want the built-in speaker. External microphone. There we go. That should be better. I hope. Nope, that's not the music I want to play. Yeah, let me just put on some music real quick. I've got a lot of great music in my library that I just can't play because of the copyright. Ooh, la belle noisette. There we go. Pizza Tower music. Okay, hopefully more people show up in order to into this stream, because I really want people to see this for themselves. I am floating the idea of maybe having these made to order for people. Like they pay me $25 and it's shipping and the cost of shipping, and then I like ship it out to them. Because like considering this nearly took up an entire spool of filament, I'm gonna have to charge just to like make it. It's gonna be like pretty costly. Like this is a big part of my frustration with okay, so like I love the 3D printer that I've got now. It's very nice. Oh, hello there.
Does anyone need something from Taco Bell?
I'm good. I brought my leftover Chinese food with me today, so thanks. That was one of the pastors here. Thank you for the offer. I'm not a big fan. I've never really had Taco Bell before, and considering the horror stories I've heard from people who have had it, yeah, I'm good, honestly. Not having lived my entire life without Taco Bell. Besides, I live in close to like a predominantly Latino populated area, and I am never far from good Mexican food or food from the Latin American countries. Good news is that good news on the video front. The Q&A video is coming along quite smoothly. That said, I have run out of questions to answer from it. Should probably move these streams back over to Fridays, because that seems to be when more people attend, or at least do them later in the day. Then let's play a drinking game. Every time I accidentally cut myself on the scaffolding while trying to strip off all the scaffolding in this stream, take a shot. Ow. It's one shot. The worst thing about 3D printing is just, for me personally, at least when it comes to the scaffolding and stuff, is just the fact that dealing with it is so expensive. You either need one, a recycling bin from a specific company, or B, a filament resynthesizing machine that costs upwards of $1,000. Now, if I were in a large-scale production company with 3D printing, not only would $1,000 probably be an easy buy, it'd probably also be worthwhile. Well, I do want to eventually expand to having like maybe multiple 3D printers and maybe even having a 3D printing business. That kind of a short-term investment just isn't really worthwhile. It would be if over like a course of like, I'd probably make my money back before the end of the decade on it, but hello there, Glitch Modder. How are you doing today? It's the Hearth of Iacon. A hearth is a word for like a large fire. So I decided to call the furnace that Solus Prime used the Hearth of Iacon, since logically, as one of the primes, it would probably be located in a significant city of Cybertron, and also it's used to like heat up metal. It's basically me. Basically, like I'm doing 3D modeling and then 3D printing out my own fan fiction for the Transformers. But I'm trying to do it in like a way that's both respectful to the existing canon and also makes sense. What I'd really like to be able to do with this is I'd actually really like to be able to make 2 more of these and then mail them over to Bmac and Markclonus from the Transformers design team as a thank you, because okay, let me just pull back for a bit here. Need to adjust the camera so I can be a bit more emotive. Bmac and Markclonus and Mark and all the other guys who work on the Transformers design team with the toys, they do such great work to bring us all products that, for the most part, we all love. Like, the only one that I can really say that the only figures I've really struggled to like so far in this year that have been released this year, really been Solus Prime and also the Hearts of Steel Timelines 2-pack that just came out. I will admit, both have grown on me drastically, especially this set. I only got this yesterday, and it's already starting to grow on me a lot. But at the same time, like, they almost always fall to that annoying an orange impersonation, Ryan. Why don't you? At the same time, even though they do have some duds, they are always firing on all of they're always firing on all cylinders. And the fact that they can deliver us these on a consistent basis is something that I really respect, and I just can't help but want to thank them by doing something for them. And well, I can't do it by buying them something, so I'm just going to make I'm also it's and just make them something that sort of like they couldn't get any other way. It's only the time. It's don't something. The Hearth of Iacon is something that can only be made by the fans. In a way, it's too expensive to like be made at retail, and like it requires a lot of painting. So it's really a hard sell at retail. So it's really the only kind of thing that can be made artisanally, or I guess painted artisanally. I did model the entirety of the Hearth of Iacon myself in Blender. I made it all, so I guess in that way it's sort of artisanal. But at the same time, I'm aware that. Let me just move this a little bit. I'm also aware that a lot of people don't consider 3D printing to be handmade, and there's like a large outcry for people who do 3D printing to be banned from artist alleys in conventions. Oh, you're doing good. Great to hear, Glitchmodder. Also, make a Hearth of Iacon where Solus and Megatron sleep. Maybe if I reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, I'll make a bed for Megatronus and Solus Prime to sleep on. There we go. Do a Cult of the Lamb promise. And I will actually do it if I reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I mean, we're already on the cusp of 800, so I will probably start releasing some of these. Oh, I should probably switch back over. I will probably start releasing some of my original designs on Thingiverse so people can print it and then like tip me if they're so inclined to do so. This is the kind of thing where I get that it's niche enough that I can't really like sell it to anyone, but at the same time, it's not so niche that like it would be out of place on a website where people can like post their stuff publicly and then like donate to people, donate to the creators, you know? If that makes any sense. Of course, it probably seems a bit wishy-washy coming from me. Anyways, back to stripping out the support structures. Kaylin? I did say earlier that I am debating it, like, if I am going to end up making these, like, if I'm going to end up selling these, it will be a made-to-order style thing, where you'll basically send me money, I'll buy a spool of filament, and then once you've paid for the spool of filament and the shipping cost of sending it to you, after a few days, I will end up mailing it to you. I could probably do like bump up the cost in case you wanted me to try painting it for you. It really depends. It's all a great idea, but at the same time, it's like there are certain things about that turn people off. Also, I heard about the cancellation of that there is basically no plan to make a sequel to TF1, which, while I do hate to see it, in all honesty, I do genuinely hate to see it. Yes? Oh, hello, Miss Satura.
Hello, my darling.
How are you doing?
Are you alone?
No, I'm currently live streaming.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Any guesses? This is on the floor.
I have no idea what this could be. Does anyone on stream know what this could be? It looks like some kind of like computer thingy for like a toy.
Okay. Yeah. I'll ask you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ray.
Thank you. Yeah, they're saying there's no plans currently, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if they just flat out decide to never make a sequel to that, because Well, TF1 did. Okay, I'm gonna need to switch cameras again. As painful as it is for me to acknowledge this, TF1 did not do as well as it deserved to do in the box office. There may be no plans currently for a Transformers 1 follow up, but I wouldn't get your hopes up that there'll ever be one because, well, think about this logically from the studio's perspective. As much as I personally like to satirize media companies, especially when it comes to like Paramount and companies that are like trying to make these huge films with like $2 trillion and have them still be profitable somehow. I will say this: at the end of the day, while they while they're while it would be nice if they eventually made one, at the current moment, I just don't think it would make any sense to anyone at Paramount, regardless of what level they're working at, for them to try and make a sequel to TF1 because it did underperform. And that really does suck. And I hate the fact that it did. That movie deserved better. It deserved better marketing, for one. It deserved better performance at the box office. And really, it just sucks that they had to can it for now. Though, honestly, if this means that they also end up canceling the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover film, I don't want to say anything too controversial, but I am tempted to say that it's a worthy sacrifice to never get a G.I. Joe Transformers film because, okay, this is. Before I go any further, I want you all to know something. Recently, I've realized that I have a tendency to dig myself graves in conversation without meaning to. Like, if I say something like, why don't you go do that yourself? And then like try and like backpedal, I only end up getting myself into more trouble. So I'm going to try and be as nuanced as I can just so I don't end up hurting anyone's feelings. I think Hasbro really just needs to give up on G.I. Joe. Now, I'm not going to deny that G.I. Joe is important to people. It's important to a lot of people in my home country. Hell, I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of people who have served in the army who served in there and proudly served there and enjoyed their time serving our country because G.I. Joe inspired them to take that career path. But at the same time, the environment that G.I. Joe initially came out for and the environment that we're in today are very different. For one, we are far more aware as a society of PTSD and the various terrible things that happen to people in war, the various traumatizing things that can occur to people, and like all of the like shady behind the scenes stuff that governments will end up doing. That really turns a lot of people off of like pro-military stuff. And then you've just got like the fact that outside of the US, there is barely anyone who actually gives a darn about G.I. Joe, and that's because G.I. Joe is very ethnocentric, or I guess I don't think ethnocentric is the right word. It's very culturally limited, I think, is the best term. Because like the big selling point behind G.I. Joe is patriotism. That's a big part of G.I. Joe's identity, is just patriotism. And while patriotism is a universal thing in a way, patriotism for foreign countries doesn't exactly exist. Like, I know how to be patriotic for the U.S. I know the Stars and Stripes and all the songs that we sing here to celebrate our country and its history. But I don't know the songs or what things I should do to honor the patriotism of other countries like Britain or Japan or China. I wouldn't know what to do to honor those countries. I am culturally like alienated from them in a way that prevents me from being patriotic or like embracing patriotic symbols from those countries. It's like a cultural thing. And unfortunately, that's the problem that G.I. Joe has. It's so married to American patriotism that it's a borderline impossible sell for a lot of other people. That's not to say that it's completely impossible. I have had friends who are from other countries who say they're fans of G.I. Joe. But at the same time, it's like something that I think really just doesn't need to happen. Plus, whenever Transformers and G.I. Joe cross over, G.I. Joe is the only one that benefits from it, not Transformers. Honestly, that's the reason why I'm kind of hoping that the G.I. Joe movie never happens. Considering we've had no updates on it for like months now, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets canceled. And if I do, there might be more than a little grave dancing on this channel, honestly. I hate to be that, like, I don't like that I am this way. That's the best way I can put it. I don't like that I like acting this way, but at the same time, I don't feel pity for any of the G.I. Joe fans, you know? Anyways, back to taking out these plastic structures. Let me just... There we go. And not to keep like harping on it, but like, I don't think that I'm alone in saying that with every day that passes, the less and less it feels like this country is worth fighting for. At least under its current leadership. Plus, even and one more thing, even if TF1 does get a sequel, I'm not sure that I'd want to go see it. As much as it pains me to say this, film sequels do not have a good track record. Video games are basically one of the only pieces of media that have like a consistently positive track record with sequels. Because like all you really need to do in the case of a video game is just like reuse some of the stuff from the old game, try and figure out what people didn't like about the old one, make the changes accordingly, and boom, you've got a great sequel. However, films are a bit harder, mostly because like oh. What link exactly? What link are we talking about exactly? I doubt it's the link that we're talking about. Yeah, the one from the Triangle video game from the company that I am not inclined to mention anything more about at the moment. Because if we're talking about a link to this thing on Thingiverse, I haven't posted it to Thingiverse yet. I want to like do a few more prints and like actually print them out first before I start posting to Thingiverse. Here's the problem, Glitch Modder. The one with the let's see here. Let me just see if I can. Nope, I cannot view that link. They do. It seems as though. It, at least my stream is not allowing me to see them. Let me just open up my actual. Let me just open up the actual live stream so I can see for myself. Okay, it seems you did not. That comment was not sent. So yeah, I'm sorry, but that I cannot use that link. Maybe you could try sending it again? I don't know, just a thought. Anyways, back to this. You know, this really reminds me of the anime Laid Back Camp when they're when the girls are trying to make alcohol stoves. They end up the pink-haired one, Nadeshiko, ends up breaking all the cans that she's trying to modify into an alcohol stove. And she ends up splurging on a steel can. And the dubbing in Iru Camp is so amazing. It's pretty fun. Not amazing, but fun. And she says, and she like, and like the characters are like trying to cut the cans apart with the like these box cutter knives. But because she can't do that without like breaking the can, Nadeshiko buys a steel can, and then she can't cut it with the box cutter knife. So she ends up running over to another room and gets a hacksaw to cut through the steel can. And as she's cutting through it, her friends are like, "Be afraid, be very afraid." And that's what it feels like trying to strip out all the scaffolding. This is why I prefer tree scaffolding to whatever this accordion style that Creality uses by default is. Come on, you inflicted heavy casualties onto my spool of gray plastic. Now I want the scaffolding to come out of you in retribution. Today is your reckoning. So much of the plastic all wasted on you, scaffolding. There shall be no requiem for you, only torment, and the sound of breaking bones. Ow! That's... Ow, that makes 2 shots you can take for every injury I get. I'll try and just take out the scaffolding. Ow! That's smart. And faced with one so light of brain. Oh, I see. Wait, he needed just 4 seconds to say square? Why? You know, Squidward's always been my favorite SpongeBob character. Like, as a kid, I couldn't help but find his nasally voice hilarious. But now, as an adult, I can't help but find his pessimistic disposition very relatable. Okay, that's number 3 on the injuries list. I have now been injured 3 times by trying to take out the scaffolding. Hope you're all hearing me all right. Oh, well, make that 4. I got one on my middle finger. Oh dear. I didn't just get one on my middle finger. I got some blood onto the plastic. Ooh, yeah, that is. Yeah, I got some blood on the plastic. That'd be a great idea, but this church only has one hammer, and I do not know where it's being held. As long as it's not on the actual print, as long as the blood doesn't actually end up visible in the print, I'm fine with it. It's just that if you're actually listening to me and like playing this drinking game where every time I get injured by my model, my 3D print, you take a shot. You might be feeling a little funny now. But still, it's bringing a new meaning to the phrase, putting my blood, sweat, and tears into a project. I need a container for all this shit. It's not fair to let it pollute the floor. I need a box of some kind to throw this all into. Just a second. I'm going to be putting this down for a minute. See here. For now, this should be just okay. Okay, there we go. Just check up to see how my how the rest of this set is doing. Okay. Okay, I just want to show you real quick. Let me just put that back on. Probably be a good idea to put your mic back on, Ryan. Real quick, I just want to show you exactly why I had to go grab something. This is where all of the mess is going right now. It's just going all over the place. And this space is not my own, so I don't feel comfortable like just leaving the mess everywhere. So I'm going to take a quick second to pick everything back up. Let's see here. Well, technically, I'm already getting my sweat and dead skin cells all over it just by touching it, so I'm already good there. Now I just need to stick my eyeball on it, which... okay, yep, that's... I think I got my tears on there. Ow! I think we're good now. I've gotten my blood, sweat, and tears all over this thing. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this. I mean, I think we're good now. Okay, let me just put these. I really can't wait until we get like a Don't worry, I did not give myself a black. Don't worry, just so I can prove it. And just for proof, I did not get a black eye from that, but I did get my tears on it. Thank you. I think we're good on the tears part. Ow. Oh, God. Fortunately, it's not bruising. So back to this. Maybe I should have waited until I'm finished, and then I could have, and then it would have been easier because then I would have been crying tears of joy rather than just needing to bash my head against it just to generate the tear juice. I might do like a dedicated video going over it just to like advertise what I'm doing. Like a standalone video where I'm like, hey guys, this is something that I'm doing now. If you guys are interested in it, I might be willing to print out some for the people in the community, or even do a potential giveaway of one, like a fully painted one that I've put all my hard work into. I really don't want to... Oh, I got another one. That makes 5. I got 5 cuts. Yep, got 5 of them now. That's 5 shots deep for those of you still playing. And for those who aren't, good on you for not listening to Dumbass Ryan. Ryan is always a dumbass. I now accept the... Okay, guys, I'm going to say this as lightly as I can. It is now my headcanon that Megatronus is a bottom. That's all I wanted to say with the face cam. Megatronus, to me, is now canonically a bottom. Solus Prime tops Megatronus. There we go. Now I've gotten that out of the way. I will say that there are some other things I want to do with my 3D printing files and my 3D modeling files. I spent the entirety of Sunday morning this weekend, my entire Father's Day the entire morning of Father's Day, taking the sigils for the 13 primes and then rendering them in Blender as objects. They are now 2D objects in Blender. I am planning on making the file of the 13's sigils a public thing that you can get for free on my Patreon, so you can, like, those of you who are so inclined to do your own projects with the 13 prime sigils can do so. I am planning on doing other things with the 13 primes, and I'm planning on doing more stuff in the vein of this. Like, I'm thinking that for Alchemist, for either Alchemist Prime or Quintus Prime, I'm gonna do like either a laboratory. I'm gonna do like a laboratory for them. Actually, now that I think about it, for Alchemist Prime, I think I'm gonna do make a wine cellar, like a Cybertronian wine cellar for him. That'd probably be pretty cool. Like some kind of Cybertronian wine cellar would be incredibly cool to see. Imagine that. Or like a brewery for Alchemist Prime. That would be awesome. And like what I'd really love to do is have some like pop culture references based around wine, like modeled onto like the kegs and whatnot. So like on one of the kegs in Cybertronian, you see Amontillado written out in reference to the Edgar Allan Poe poem, A Cask of Amontillado. That'd be really fun. I'm not sure what I'd do for a lot of them though. Like for my Cronus, I'm thinking like a temple where he'd meditate. Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe doing a library for Alpha Trion, or like a something of the like. Oh, maybe I could do like something in reference to Minecraft's enchanting table. What's that message? Who's that message from? Yeah. I won't put you on blast for your improper spelling of the word corner, even though actually, wait, I just did. Sorry for putting you on blast for your misspelling of the word corner, Glitch Modder. But yeah, I will definitely do something like that. The only characters I'm having trouble coming up with like locations and like set pieces for are like I'm having difficulty coming up with ones for Amalgamous Prime, the one who's just like this amorphous blob, because like the only thing I can really think of is like a theater where he does shadow puppets with his incredible shape shifting. And for the other ones I couldn't think of were Prima, because like I can't really do things that are too big. Megatronus might do a throne, honestly. I'm not sure what I'd do for Prima. Same goes with Legion Maximo. I'm thinking maybe I'll like do a prison for him. Ow! Eh. Yep, there's 6. That's a 6th wound. Whatever. The scars I receive in this battle shall only serve to sweeten the wine of victory. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Alpha Trion should totally have a lectern. Like a pulpit of some kind. I was thinking of like naming each of them after like a prominent Cybertronian city. So like Kaon is where Megatronus is, like little Prop will be from. Obviously, I've already volunteered at Solus Prime for the who knows, man? Maybe I will just get some athletic tape for the next time I do something like this. I've already got like a few scratches on my hands from a previous 3D printing scaffolding removals. It was like, here's the thing. Whenever something breaks like this, it's never into like a these things, despite being fragile. Ow. God. Surprised I didn't get my thumb that time. I might get some some gloves for this. Problem is, gloves always come with the problem of grip. Okay, gonna remove this, put this back in the bin. Oh, great. We're coming to a point where I can actually like talk about one of the features of this furnace. Okay, so because I wasn't content with just making this like a set piece for Solus Prime to use, I did actually add in some features to this set. I don't want to claim that I'm an expert on everything when it comes to Transformers, or like using the 3D modeling software to make stuff for Transformers. In fact, I'm just proud of the fact that I managed to get Miss Solus Prime's little logo here in such good detail. That's it, because that's the thing I really wanted to do. All the alrighty. There we go. That's some more of it done. But yeah, as I was saying, I wanted to add in a little gimmick or two to this set. And I can't claim that I'm perfect when it comes to like my 3D modeling software, but I did add in some blast effect ports in here, specifically so you could add fire to Solus's forge. Ow! I really need to get back to using tree supports. There we go. It's one of the ports for the blast effects all hollowed out. There are 4 in here. I must confess that when it comes to designing this, I really should have made like one of these ports go all the way through the device. I mean the item. Just ow. Just so we could implement like like LEDs would be easier to implement. Yeah, that's a great idea. Except again, this is... Oh, wait, never mind. I think I might have one. Just a second. Okay, 7 injuries. Okay. Well, the flathead screwdriver does work a little bit, but I am also concerned about I am also concerned about the metal damaging it. You really should have seen this thing, these scaffolds, while they were printing. It looked like a combiner, like the inside. It looked like the inner side of a Combiner Wars limb. Just empty waffled out pieces. In the bin. Oh. Yep, 9. 9 injuries. Or maybe it's 8, I can't remember. Oh. Okay. I am about to gut you like a salmon. Or Cornish game ham. Eh. Look, does seem to be providing a bit more of a result. How come you? Okay then. Ow. This is reminding me of the bit I had in my Legacy Bulkhead review, where I tried to prove how difficult it was to remove from the packaging with my own brute strength. And then I played while playing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure music behind it. That was not one of my most original moments, but eh. There we go. It's a big chunk of the scaffolding removed right there. Yes. Another huge chunk removed. It's starting to look pretty good on camera, I must say. Yes. It's almost finished. Yes. Okay. Okay, now I just need to remove the fishnets from the side, and that's just what I call like this diamond patterning here. It's sort of the basis that the scaffolding prints itself on. Can you maybe see why I call it fishnets? I guess the mesh fencing would also work as well. And not have nearly the dirty implications. Oh my. Alrighty. And like that, I think I have finished making my. I finished stripping out all of the plastic scaffolding from the Hearth of Iacon. Just gonna have to do a few little trims here and there to totally clean it up. Once again, thank you, Glitchmodder. Your advice did come in handy somewhat. Wasn't a perfect solution to the problem, but at the same time, it helped more than I thought it would. So you see these 4 holes in here? That's where the blast effects go. So to show you what I've done, I have with me Markclonus and his fire blast effects. Let me just... Ta-da! Now what I want to do is take this hole in the back here and drill it all the way down to the bottom so I can stick an orange or red LED through this thing and then light it up. Burn with the fire of Markclonus's back and shoulders. But yeah, I am very happy with how this turned out. And as soon as I get the Sun Thingiverse, I'll be sure to plaster those links all over the damn place because holy crap, this thing is impressive. We need to get some scale comparisons in real quick. This is so much fun. I've forgotten how much I loved doing this, and I have never before in my life felt a joy quite like this. Joy of experiencing a multi-day print that finally comes to fruition, and all the hard work of taking it off the scaffolding, and then just it is so this I am feeling emotions heretofore unknown to myself. And I want to share that with you a bit by showing you the figure it was it next to the figure it was intended to scale with. I'll probably do some like other prints for Solus Prime to use. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but behind me, the 3D printer is running. The 3D printer is running here, and it's doing a crucible and an anvil for Solus to use, which is awesome, and I can't wait for that to be done printing so I can show that to you. And let's just hopefully, maybe if I can stretch this stream out long enough, maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to show it to you before I have to leave the church. But anyways, let's see what. Oh my goodness, it looks fantastic next to this figure. Even with oh, you know what? I'm gonna like just next to Solus Prime, this actually looks pretty damn cool. What I think I'm gonna do once as I get home is I'm going to first like spray some matte finish on this. Then I'm gonna do a base coat in black or maybe gray. I do actually have some stone gray I can use to spray or paint this, so maybe I'll use that. But either way, this looks mighty impressive, I must say. I wish it wasn't so bright in here. Everything looks so blown out. Oh, hey. Maybe this will help a bit. Just gonna transform Megatronus real quick. And I'll see if I can use him to help contrast against the help him to like fix the balancing issue on the camera, because like this the live stream camera, the web camera that you're currently viewing Solus and the Forge and the Furnace through, or the Hearth, I mean, is not actually mine. It belongs to the church, and more specifically, my friend Dale Tippett, who I have mentioned before and will continue to mention just because he continues to be a badass when it comes to loaning me out technology like this. I do not deserve him, and quite frankly, I feel indebted to him in ways that I'd rather not go into. But you can see, it's a freaking impressive thing. Just to have a toy next to. It's a big, imposing. It looks great for the most part. And most importantly, I want to send it to the actual team at Hasbro just so I can, just as a thank you. I mean, it will sincerely just be as a thank you present to them. As much as I'd love to become a designer for Hasbro, I don't think my vision exactly lines up with what Hasbro would be willing to let me do there. Because I'd really like to make these available to people, like these sets, like these more like Transformers is missing play sets like this. It's missing just like little like diorama scenery pieces that you can use. And we are starting to see a change in that with the upcoming Cyberworld toys. Grimlock and Scorponok are both looking like they'll be pretty cool play sets. But at the same time, nothing beats like a giant location for you to film in. But yeah, I think that looks great. Anyways, while I've got you all here on the stream, figured it might be a good idea if I took you over to see the rest of the project. As you can see here, this is a 3D print for an anvil and a crucible for Solus to use. It's not even close to halfway finished. Dear God. I'm probably not going to be able to finish it today then. Well, anyways, I'm glad that you all seem to have enjoyed this little live stream showcase of my 3D printing, and I am going to be more than happy to do this again in the future. Hopefully it's the first of many to come. I plan on designing more sets for the 13 primes to come. So until next time, this is Firebite27 over and out. See you next time, everyone.